Hey guys, it's Jessie back to share more of my journey with you guys. I'm starting my weekly videos, so I think they're just going to be a little bit more freestyle, not quite as planned out as those tri-monthly ones. So the first thing I wanted to show you was the proof in the pudding, or however they say that saying. Basically, the documents that I've been receiving that shows I've been doing everything I've been telling you guys I've been doing. So the first one is the big payment that I made. So it shows it right here. I made the payment from that emergency fund that was so much, and I took so much out of it, but it did get this loan paid off. So that was $7,650 that I paid on April 25th, and that loan is now paid in full. As you can see down here, it says that. I don't think there's any personal information on here. It's paid off anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that was a great step of getting this one paid off. And although I really didn't like seeing that emergency funds dwindle down, it's definitely worth it. So about a month later, I got my paid in full notification. So this was an awesome day, finally, to see that it says zero as my balance due. The current or the original principal balance was 19,000, which is kind of funny because this loan was up to 26,000 because of, interest and things like that. So that was almost a joke. It was a lot more than 19,000. It was 26 that I had to pay off, but it is paid in full. And yeah, I guess my account number is on this one, but it's paid off. So I don't know if you guys want to put more money on there, they'll give me a refund. And then I have another one. This is a Parent Plus loan. So this was a loan that my mom took out to pay for my education, and we had done so under the advisement of a college like guidance company. Basically, they kind of guided you through the steps of getting loans and filling out the FAFSA, all that kind of stuff. So under their guidance, we took out Parent Plus loans for my sophomore, junior, and senior year because of supposedly a better interest rate, which was BS because it was one of my highest interest rate loans. And that was 45,000. So it was 45,000. I actually didn't borrow that much. I borrowed like 30, but that 8.25% interest rate is pretty crazy, and what it can do. It was building, from the moment that I had taken those loans out. And the agreement I had with my mom was that I would be the one responsible to pay those loans. I never even questioned whether or not I would have to pay those. That was always our agreement. I always thought that was fair. It was a lot of money, and it was for my education. My mom is a single mom, and I'd never expected her to pay this for me. So technically it is not my debt because it's in her name. So, if I never did, it would have just screwed her, but I would never do that to my mom. So that was loan disbursement date of 2013. That's because that's when I consolidated my student loans. So there was several Parent Plus loans, a ton. And it was so annoying having so many different payments and so many different lenders and servicers that in 2013 is when I consolidated. I'll probably do a video about that. It's free, guys. You can do it on your own. And I really can't stand that there's so many companies out there taking advantage of already broke student loan holders. It's so messed up. I almost became a victim of that myself. They wanted me to pay like $900, I think, for them to consolidate my loans. Thank God I was a little wiser in 2013 at age 25 than I was when I was 18. And I looked into it more, and I found out that it's so easy to do by yourself, and I did it by myself for free. So in 2013 is when they paid all of those little loans. This Fed loan paid all those little loans. So that's why it says that the disbursement is 2013. But I started taking those loans out actually in 2007. Anyway, so because those are in my mom's name, like I said, they kind of really have to do with her and her income. If I wanted to go on an income-based payment plan, it would have been based off of her income. So it was always kind of scary because let's say I was homeless and making no money, they wouldn't care because it's her. So kind of something that was a little, unexpected that happened. My mom became disabled over this last year, and thankfully, because I am very knowledgeable about, my student loans and all of the options and things that they offer, my federal student loan, the Parent Plus loan, offers a forgiveness for when you're disabled. So we put in for the disability, and we actually heard back pretty quickly that it was approved. So I have that letter here. That letter was approved for the disability, and then it went down to $0. So that one is considered paid off. It's considered, current. I don't have, you can see that interest rate on there, 8.25. That's why I paid this one so much. I have paid off this loan, but it just never went down. It's crazy. But there's a 3-year monitoring period after the fact that they have forgiven that. So basically in the next 3 years, if she starts making money again, if she can work, then I will have to pay that. But the way that her health is looking, I don't think that will happen. I wish that I would take that 45,000 gladly back if she was able to work and to have her health back, but that's just not the case. So we kind of just looked at it as a silver lining in a dark cloud. So as far as my goals are going, I'm a little disappointed. My plan was to put $1,700 towards that last little debt that I have left. As you guys know, it's down to $15,000. So the plan was to do $1,700 every paycheck, and then I will be done by the end of September. And that goal is failing miserably right now. I just am not making the same money that I was last year. They made a lot of changes in my job this last year, and it just seems like it's kind of been affecting my sales and things like that. So haven't quite hit that mark exactly where I want to be right now. Not too far off. I had planned on being down to 12,000 after this next paycheck, and I'll be down to like 14,000. So, I'm just basically trying to believe that it's still going to happen. It's kind of tough because almost every goal that I set for myself, I had hit before the mark. I had hit before I planned it. So I think I was just really ambitious with this one. But, as long as by the end of the year they're paid, then I'll still be happy. Another reason that they're not really getting paid as fast as I was hoping, I think, is a little bit of my own fault too, because I've been a little bit more relaxed. I think as far as my budgeting and my spending, it's been really tough at the end of this baby step 2 since the beginning of this journey, which was actually October 2016. I've paid off $48,000. So I know $15,000 is a lot of money, but after having paid that much, it just seems like it's so little, and I'm so close that I've just really become kind of, relaxed on the budgeting. So I definitely need to get stricter with that, I guess, or more strict. And I started this journey in 2016 with $108,000 of debt. I did not have my promotion yet. I was making, not really great money. My mom's health was fine. We would have never thought that $45,000 was going to be forgiven. So anyone that's kind of just starting out, just, keep faith and keep doing the baby steps. And it's crazy how opportunities and different things are just going to come your way once you're really dedicated and working hard. By the end of this journey, by the end of this year, I will have paid $63,000 of debt in 2 years. So it's crazy to say. I would have never thought that. And I don't think it would have ever happened if I didn't read Dave Ramsey. So thank you. Shout out to Phil for sending me that book. So something that held me back this week, I went to the casino over the weekend, not to gamble. It was a free show, no cover. So I went with my boyfriend and we won Firefly passes. So for anyone that knows, it's like a 4-day festival, music festival in Delaware. And we were so excited. We're like, okay, let's go. And they're $350 tickets, for each one of us to go down there, and we won them for free. So what we didn't know is there's other expenses for going there. You have to pay to put your tent up. You know, there's some things you need to buy. We had most of it already. We had a tent, we had an air mattress, but we're going to Costco and getting like waters and Gatorades and food to bring down, um, and that's really it. But you know, it's just little things like that that is kind of throwing me off. I mean, technically, I guess I could have just paid, or I mean, sold those bracelets, the tickets, and put an extra $400 on my loan, but I want to go. And I feel like after doing all of this work, you know, those little type of things, it's just kind of keeping that balance of life. So, um, you know, after this camping trip and music festival, then I'll just have to try to be, you know, play a little bit low key for this summer. I have another camping trip after that with my brother for his birthday. That's pretty cheap, but you know, again, it's just those little things that add up that you forget, you know, are the things that you cut out in the beginning to help you get this far. So I'm definitely going to try to, you know, get back on track after these two things. And that's all basically for this week. So I'm hoping next week when I update, you know, I'll be able to tell you guys exactly how much I was able to put on that student loan. I'm hoping that it's down to like 14 and some change, maybe even like a high 13,000. I'm not sure. So we'll see how this week goes. I leave to the festival um, on Wednesday next week. So I'll probably make my next video after that if I'm alive. I hear it gets pretty crazy. So we'll see how that video goes afterwards. Tell you guys a little bit about that as well. All right. Thanks for keeping up with me, guys. See you next time.